Hello! Oh, that's going to be a great way for to start this. It's the first time I've tried live streaming on my account, so this may go absolutely terribly. It may be alright. I don't really know. But I'm just going to share this, so I'm not sure what'll happen here. I feel like such a boomer. But um, yeah, let's try this. Let's see what happens. Alright. I wanna share Messenger. Ah, right. Right. So, while I'm waiting for to see if they actually respond, which I know you've seen it, Chan, and I know you've seen it, Ben. Oh man, nobody's gonna watch this, are they? This is gonna be me screaming in the void all the more. Yeah. Nobody ever watches my stuff. But that's part of the fun of this. Just scream endlessly into the void. It's when the void screams back that you're dealing with chaos. Hmm. Yeah. So anyway, um, oh, for people that might be watching this and might not, for people that might have seen what I've shared and some might not. Hello, whoever's watching. Um, I shared something earlier on some of the sites like UK Paintball, and I shared it on my own page, on my own Facebook, and another one of the paintball pages. Um, we've got a little bit more to do with Article 13, which is come from the YouTube creators. So it is a verified YouTube account, and it's not looking it's not looking ideal. I'm just trying to find it here. What we've got. Right. I've got a screen capture of this earlier on in preparation. I still don't have it up. And yes, yes, Ben, it is a live stream. I don't know if you're actually watching or not, so I'll answer you on here. Yes. Yeah. Right. In fact, I'm going to open my own live stream up so that I can see if anybody messages us, because I'm using my phone to broadcast from, and I can't. If I need to see what I'm doing. Oh yeah, I've lost my viewer. I need to see what I'm doing on my live stream. Like I need to be able to see the chat bar. Um, yeah. God, I'm shit at this stuff. Hopefully, I'll get better. Right, there we go. Now there is going to be somebody else sitting in here. Here's Gala. Hey, hello, Whizbit. Right, I got memes. Awesome. Feel free to share them. Unfortunately, can't share them here. Right. It seems. Want to hit? Definitely. I definitely want to hit the memes. Always. Always. The more the better. Right. So, that's totally distracting us, and I think I need to cover something over this because now that's behind what I'm doing here, which is really, really confusing us. Right. I'm not an intelligent person. Right. What was I doing? Right. Right. Um, yeah, I was getting something up on Facebook here. Right. So I was saying, I'm a hate of my life. Can't meme you up. Nah. Yeah. Unfortunately, you can't. Yeah. But if you're on my Discord server, feel free to drop them in there. Of course, there is a meme section in my Discord server, prepared earlier on specific request from Ben. So drop them there. Feel free. Right. So I was talking before there to the one person who was in the chat and who left. From a verified account on Twitter. It's the verified YouTube account on Twitter. YouTube creators. We've got a fantastic one being dropped on for the YouTube creator community within the EU. As of now, the UK is still part of the EU, so YouTube and other platforms may have no choice but to block your existing videos and prevent you from uploading new ones in the European Union unless you can prove you own everything in your videos. Winning. Now, I suppose I could prove that, like, I own everything in here right now. But if I literally flicked my camera onto front facing, you'd be able to see my push bike helmet, which has a brand name on it, which I don't have permission to share that brand name. So therefore, this video, this live stream, would therefore be in contravention of Article 13. Well, this is going to be fun. Oh. When I phone the Chinese, there's no hold music. No, technically, I suppose that's when you phone up, when you make a phone line, when you call the Chinese, it's not a social media platform, so I don't know if that would be regulated, but it's possible, unless, of course, the person who uses that phone line, say the particular Chinese that you're using, who owns my T-shirt? I'm just checking to see if there's any brand names. I own this T-shirt. There is no brand names. However, I suppose there is technically a brand logo. That I'll just there we go. Now my live stream's not in contravention of Article 13 anymore. Fantastic. You see, now this is what I was saying to somebody on one of the Facebook pages earlier on. The simple fact of me having that logo on my arm could mean that this live stream is in contravention of Article 13. I know. That's just shit. Yeah. The thing is, though, illegal Ginger Grant. But that's the thing. Even if I did have perfect permission to stream everything, like, let's say I just pointed the camera at my wall, my cream wall background here, and talked over it, I still, until YouTube sorts this out, would have to prove that I have permission to stream that wall, which I could obviously do. I would have to show YouTube my mortgage agreement and all that sort of stuff, which is utterly fantastic. But sounds fun. Just what I want to do. Who owns the paint? I own the paint. I bought it. It hasn't got a brand name on it. Prove I didn't buy it. Came off the back of a wagon. I suppose it literally did at some point. Yeah. So I just wanted to kind of touch on that a little bit, because prove you did. Yeah, well, this is it. That's what it devolves to. Prove you didn't, prove you did. So, yeah, it's gonna really mess up the YouTuber community, because I don't even know what the rules will be on watching stuff from outside of the EU. I don't know if people within the EU are going to be able to stream stuff from America or Africa or Asia or wherever. It could potentially just completely destroy YouTube. And it's even for YouTubers that, I mean, if that is the case, and YouTube can't be, you can't watch it, even if you can't watch content from outside of the EU, then it's going to mess with even like American YouTubers or people from outside the EU. It's going to mess with their money, with their incomes. I mean, obviously, I make nothing from the videos that I make, and it's probably the reason why I have no motivation to make loads of stuff, because for all I do enjoy it, there is no incentive for me to be constantly making it. Whereas if I was doing this every single day and it was my full-time job, there was already VPN is the future. Well, I don't know where you'd stand with that, because this was suggested somewhere else, like the idea of getting a VPN, but everyone knows that I make videos now. I'm in the UK. Now, I don't know what the governing body for Article 13 is exactly going to be. Now, obviously, it's been imposed by the European Union. But if I'm within, they can't hide the memes. They're trying to. Oh, they are trying to. But if I'm... I've totally forgotten what I was saying. Yeah, so there's going to be it's going to be a massive cut in some people's incomes, and now YouTube understands this. YouTube are saying, like in some of the stuff that I've seen, that they understand that this could potentially massively affect some people's lives. Smuggling them in, yeah. Well, I'm thinking that in the UK we might have to start transporting them by carrier pigeon. I think that might be the way forward. Just like they're strapping a little meme around its little leg. Fly. Hope it doesn't get taken out. First hit is free. Damn. Can't wait. Just give us an IV straight in there. And what's say? We'll try cheaper than fags. Oh, right. I didn't see that comment because I did put a setting on here earlier on, and it's assumed that fags must be offensive, which context is key. Sure. Right, so I've got to approve any comments that it says. Oh, stupid. Political correctness. Political correctness is the controlling of the human mind. Where health and safety is the controlling of our physical movements, political correctness is the controlling of our mental movements. Right. Now, I think what I'll do is I'm going to try... I'm going to share this... I think I'm going to share the stream in one of the Facebook pages and just see what happens. Right. Now, what can I do? Go over to here. And right, share the link, paste. No, is that no? You don't want us to share it all? Because if there's more people here, then they will hunt you down. Not yet. Article 13 hasn't been imposed yet. Hasn't been brought in just yet. We've still got time. In fact, to be honest, the Article 13 and Article 11, they actually get brought in after we leave, or after Brexit is due to happen. So potentially, we know you're in Afghanistan. Don't expose us! I'm live on the internet here. Yes. Well, is Afghanistan in the European Union? I might just become a, I might just become a meme herder with my AK-47 at the moment. Right, so paste. Right. Why not? Right. Post. There we go. That's the link dropped in UK Paintball. So hopefully we might be able to get some more people in here and we can have a full-on debate about all of the horrible things in life. And maybe if I can get enough of a debate going, I can just like do something else while you just talk. Maybe. Maybe not. So, I'll give it a little while to see if we can get some more people to drop in. And, hopefully we can. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, dear. I don't know if that's my live stream is conked out, or I don't know if this is crashed or if that's crashed. Yeah, that one's working. That one's working. Right. Yeah, so since I'm all by myself, I think. I've got my terrarium to clean. Hello, viewer. Right. So, what's your name and where are you from? I'm Dexter. That's what most people know us as. Oh, it's you back. Oh, I thought it was somebody else coming to view. No. That doesn't smell too bad. Dave, I'm nice. Hello, Dave. Now, is Dave your real name? Or is that like a, hello, Dave? We're talking League of Gentlemen style Dave here. Oh, where should I put them? Man, I'm missing a pair of my long nosed tweezers. Possibly. So we're not too sure on the Dave aspect. Aha! Thank you, whoever I've just liked. In fact, I wonder if I can. No, does this make any difference? Nope, it doesn't because my thing's in the way. I should really be doing this in like bright daylight because it's been that long since I've done anything with this. No, you're not, Dave. All right. Yeah, it's been that long since I've done this. It is absolutely rank in there, and my money plant has gone a bit leggy, and it seems to be covered in gumph. And yeah, I've got moss growing up the sides. There was meant to be moss in here, and it's just done its own thing, and it's gone up the sides instead of going across the bottom. That's probably something to do with not getting enough light or something like that. Yeah. I think I might need to go and see if I can find my other pair of long tweezers. I've got a bit of a right angle on them. Because right now, I don't know how this is going to work. Let's just see. I'm kind of torn between clearing loads of this crap out of here and leaving it. Because if I leave it, it'll decompose and continue to feed the pot for a bit longer. I mean, it still looks relatively moist in there. And this hasn't been open now for probably 6 months. So, I don't know. It may be alright. I think I might just tip a little bit of like fish blood and bone in or something. Yes, I did share this in UK Paintball. Yes, is that where you found the link? Because, oh, well, actually, no, it couldn't have been because you were here beforehand. But yeah, I shared it in UK Paintball because just to talk. Why not? I've got a little bit of time to kill while the wife's out, so she's probably due back before long. But I realise that this isn't paintball content specifically, but yeah, I thought we'd have a bit of a chat, and while I'm doing this, we could discuss some paintball stuff. Like for example, Dave, have you seen the new the MagFed concept marker? Or at least at the minute, I don't think anyone's really sure if it is a concept marker or not, or if it's well, if that's going to be the final form of it. Personally, I'm on board. I actually really kind of like the idea of the MagFed Eclipse gun. I've got a long history of loving Eclipse gear. The new, yes, yes, exactly. I think it looks like I do think looks like it's going to be great. And the hopper, I'm not too sure about how it's going to work because apparently the idea, and I haven't seen too much on it, so I'm relating what I've kind of been told secondhand. I saw a couple of pictures on Instagram. That was about it. Hopefully there'll come a point where I'll work out how to do more stuff on here, and I'll share things, and I'll be able to like bring things up on the screen instead of just talking on my phone. But with the hopper, it seems like it's going to be a good idea if it works the way people are saying it's going to work, then I think it'll be absolutely fantastic if it's good, especially if it's relatively cheap. Because at the minute, you're looking at what in some cases like 150 quid for a hopper now. I think it's something like that for like some of the higher end ones. I mean, I bought my die rotor for, I think it was 75 quid when the first released, and that was first gen when the first released, and it still never let us down. I can't justify paying any more than that. I think I paid like £40 for my first Eggy when I first started playing. If that, it was maybe say 30 quid. And I just don't understand how people can afford like to buy some of this high end gear now. And I understand it is high end, and when you're looking at high end gear, you are going to pay more money for it. But it's just, frankly, I think a lot of it is ridiculous. I mean, if for like, I mean, buying a marker for 1,500 quid. Now I know that that isn't anything new. You go back to the days of like some of the old autocockers, and you were looking at like maybe it's 1,500 quid or even £2,000, depending on what you are buying. But those are pretty much numbers I've just pulled out of my arse. So these are things that I've been told from players who were around before I started. But hoppers and masks getting silly prices, and markers are getting cheaper. I would say there's definitely more options for markers in the lower end thing, but the performance is getting better on these lower end markers. Like one of the lads from Nest, Chan has a GOG enemy that he changed the body on. He made himself a custom body for it. Now Chan is very sort of tech savvy, you know, he's very good with machining and making gear and stuff. You might even seen some of his Chan solo tips floating around. Some of the guys share them, put them on the autocockers. They look awesome. I'm just waiting for Chan to build a proper like Han Solo blaster. I'm not a Star Wars nerd. I don't know what it's called. Hey Barker, how you doing? So but yeah, like I've totally lost my train of thought there. But going back to the markers. Oh yeah, so I was saying Chan has his GOG enemy that he made a custom body for. He's getting it anodized and a few other bits done and stuff. And that thing it's brilliant. I mean, me and him, and I wish we're getting this on video because I'll get without a video, it's, was it Pixar Shens? Pixar Shens, it's one I haven't heard for a long time. The idea that if you haven't got it on video, then it didn't happen. But we've got 17 BPS out of a mech GOG enemy, and that is just... And right, Whizbit, I'll just move that. Again, one of your comments have been hidden. I think I need to change the settings on this. CS2 shoots buttery laser tits. That's why it's been hidden. But the new E-mech is the same, basically. Yeah, I've every faith it is. I mean, it's the same as when you go back to I think it was the last tournament gun that I bought, and it wasn't even high end, it was mid range. It was the E-Tech 3 L. There was the AM and was it like the LT or something like that. Basically, one was plastic, one had a plastic grip, and one had a metal frame. Well, one had a plastic frame, one had a metal frame, and they were the same performing. You just had, I think on the AM, on the all metal, you had OLED board. So you had an OLED board versus an LED board, which once the gun's set up, isn't an issue. Yeah, the AM all metal, yeah. So once it's set up as in the mode that you need to do, I never changed the setting from that gun. It was when I was playing tournament paintball, and it was set to 10 BPS Millennium ramp. And that was it. And I never changed that gun in the entire time that I had it. I never had the need to change the settings. I picked it up the night before an event from one of the guys from the clan, set it up, shot it, and until the day that I decided to sell it, LT lightweight, yeah. Well, that was the thing. I mean, it even seemed like there were, and I think in the early days of when they first came out, because I'm sure they went over to only selling one type of them. They went over to selling only one type, and I think it was the plastic one. I might be wrong on that, because it sold better because nobody cared about having the better stuff to set it up to. Why have an OLED board if you're not going to use it? Just no point. I mean, it's nice for to be able to see right when you've got battery and stuff, but egos and e-techs and all that sort of stuff, they're just the last. You can put a battery in an ego and come back with 6 months later and it's still fine. Whereas, I mean, obviously old school gun, but my E2, my 05, my 05 Cocker with an E2 frame on it, you leave that and you leave a battery in that for a day and it's flat, turned off. They just don't last. All right, Albert, man, how you doing? But yeah, that was it. I was sure that was the AM that they'd stopped doing, and because no people weren't buying it, and I'm sure when there was people that did go out and buy that one, because obviously there is people that will go out and buy things that if they've got like an LED board on them, that's, oh, I've got to have the thing with the LED board on it, you know, so I've got to buy the top end stuff. The speed race died. You don't need breakout modes. Yeah, I totally agree. We're seeing at the minute people are going back over to mech because people don't want to shoot ridiculous amounts of paint, and I think, you know, I think that's one of the reasons why MagFed is, well, it is one of the reasons why MagFed has become so popular. It's because people don't want to shoot ridiculous amounts of paint. They want to run around and have a laugh and be sneaky. And in the case of the MagFed crew, the vast majority of them want to dress up and play like soldiers. Which, hell, if that's what you want to do, then yeah, go for it. Have fun. I can't fault. There's some people will rag on mag feeders for dressing up and for wearing camo and all this sort of stuff and carrying extra gear. And I'll agree. You know, the gear that you're carrying generally in MagFed, a lot of it is redundant. It's a lot of it is heavy gear or unnecessary gear that just slows you down. But if that is what you want to do, have fun with it. No, I mean, you can, but then there is a certain amount of, well, how far do you take that? Do you, you know, if you're saying about carrying unnecessary gear, well, really, all you need is, you know, you pick the lightest weight Tawny gun you can find. There you go, you've got a gun. You find the lightest weight tank you can, or even for the sake of, if you want to go really super light, you stick a 12 gram in the back of it. Glorified stock class. Yeah, I'll bet it is effectively glorified stock class. But yeah, so I mean, you take a light Tawny gun, you stick a 12 gram CO2 in the back, which you're not supposed to shoot CO2 through electric guns, but you know, for the sake of simplicity, then you stick a 10 round tube in the top. Boom! You've got what you need to play, and it'll be a super fast, light setup. You're not going to have very good rate of fire, but it would do the job. But again, play how you want to play, and that's what a lot of people don't seem to realise. They can't seem to. Plastic knives count. I'm not sure on that one. I'm not a big fan of plastic knives. I don't mind melee weapons, like things like there was a guy who used to run around some events with a robot chicken. But yeah, there was a guy who used to run around at an event like years ago, and I think he had a robot chicken, and I've done it with a foam sword, which is up on top of my wardrobe back there. And it was a good laugh. You know, I got loads of kills with it and stuff. Getting up close and just like beating people with a foam sword in a game is hilarious. But I also don't think it would be brilliant if everyone was doing it, and I really don't like when it's simulated knives. I mean, if the game rules permit it and you're warned in advance, then that's one thing. But for somebody to just pull out a fake knife and run at somebody, I think you're asking for trouble. And I've talked about this before. I mean, there has been, I know of at least one instance, and I'm not going to name the game, and I would appreciate it if nobody else did, because I don't want to give them bad publicity. It wasn't their fault. There was actually a game where somebody did pull a knife on another player, and I'm not even sure of the exact situation around that. I don't know, I don't know, but it has happened. Now, that's not to say that in most cases somebody running at you in the middle of a game of paintball with what appears to be a knife or a tomahawk or something like that. Yeah, he got you with Stargate. Which one was that? The guy with the real knife. Well, but that's the thing. It's if somebody's running at you with a real knife, or what something that looks like a real knife in a game, it's going to be very unlikely. You know, the chances of it actually happening is astronomical. With the rubber chicken, yeah, and Whisper, in that case, it was a real knife. But well, I mean, my point is, If somebody sneaks up behind you or something, and you just you catch them at the corner of your eye, we have got guys in paintball that are legit ex-army, or even like ex-forces, or even currently serving forces. And if they're not expecting it, and we don't know what those guys have been through, there could be undesirable consequences. Now that is, again, even just that reaction is unlikely, and they'll even be currently serving guys who have no problem with the idea of using fake knives or anything like that. But personally, I'm not a big fan of using realistic things. If it's something like rubber chicken, I'm all for a laugh. I don't see any problem with that. Right. Let's quickly over here. Right. Let's just have a quick look at this. Somebody on the thread on I think it was UK Paintball, where I was talking about the EU thing, has just brought up there that under Article 13, yeah, memes will be banned. Hyperlinks have to be paid for, all because print media didn't have the grace to die. Well, I think there is a place for print media. There certainly is. I mean, personally, I like to have real paper in front of us if I'm reading. I do have a Kindle, but it's been in it's been in one of my drawers for a couple of years now. I think it was when I stopped working night shift. I basically retired my Kindle. I like to have paper books, and so that's why I've got. I'm gonna go like on Article 13 friendly again, but say I've got those that I just need to. I'm trying to find one of my mates that I can just palm them off to, because I'm done. And that in itself, that was a joke. Hello, extra viewer. Tell you, I shat myself when Tony off the Scottish Warriors once turned up with 15 serving Gurkhas. Gurkhas are fucking awesome, and they're brutal. And you get they're some of the nicest guys. But like, I've heard stories of stuff like Gurkhas where I'm not sure what conflict it was. It was just, all I know is it was apparently it was like jungle sort of environment, and there was some British squaddy was taking the piss, or it was some British squaddies were taking the piss out of a Gurkha about because he's sitting polishing his cookie and stuff. Who stole my curtains? I have no curtains. Curtains are so like Victorian. I had to struggle to think there, but yeah. So this these squaddies are taking the piss out of this Gurkha, and it was like, he said, like, oh look, you basically I'll show you up sort of thing. So it's like I don't yeah, because they'll kill you. they're awesome. But so apparently this Gurkha, he's sitting clean his knife. He goes, I'll tell you what, go out and patrol, and I'll do something. So they went on patrol. He comes back so long later on, but you have a curtain reel. No, I don't. I've got the hooks where the curtain reel was, because my wife uses them to hang like stuff from sometimes when she's doing the washing. But yeah, so they went out on patrol. They came back, and there's the Gurkha sitting cleaning his cookery still. Brackets. Yes, I've still got the brackets. And it was like, so they're giving him shit about the fact that, well, you haven't gone out. He says, check your boots. And apparently, and so the story goes, is that all these squaddies, they'd gone through the jungle, they'd basically just followed the path, and they were walking around. The curtains are gone! So they followed the path, they followed this trail when they're walking around, and the Gurkha had gone out, laid down where he was expecting them to walk through, and with his kukris slashed the sides of their boots as they're passing, so all their boots were split. That's the story. Now, whether or not there's any truth to it, alright, no bother, Wisbit, catch you later. But so that's how the story apparently goes. And yeah, whether or not there's any truth to it, God knows. But I love the idea of that story being true, because it's like the idea of some knobheads getting shown up, and it's like I always love those stories where like some knobhead gets shown up, but a guaranteed true one, or at least as true as it can be if it's in the papers and things like that. It was a Gurkha soldier years ago who he got hit by something like an RPG, and he lost an arm to it, and he still stood and held his position firing like, I think it was like it must have been some light support weapon, to the point where, because he was in a raised position, to the point where he was standing on the edge of on the edge of it, shooting down at the enemy. It's like, that takes some serious, like, that's serious balls. That is dedication to the cause. But yeah, I mean, I love hearing some of these stories about like squaddies where they've done things like that. But I have a lot of respect for the Gurkhas, the fact that these guys, that like, not even British nationals, that, and I know there is some that are, but like the Gurkha regiment, not even being British nationals, and coming and fighting for Britain. And especially, and I don't know if it's been rectified. Please, if somebody does know, please let us post up in the chat or something. But for a long time, if it hasn't been corrected, for a long time, not even getting British citizenship when they fought for Britain. And I think that's absolutely ridiculous that these guys, if it hasn't been rectified, that is absolutely shocking. If it has, then fantastic. Anyone who fights for Britain deserves to have citizenship. That's just the way I think it should be. So anyway, who we still got? Here? Does anybody want to give like roll call? Anyway, just go back to clean my little pot. Maybe if I keep rubbing it, a genie will come out. Right. So I was talking anyway about the Eclipse Magfed marker. Again, I've got a story about why I trust Eclipse. And if Eclipse wants to send us free gear, send us a message. I'll send you my address. Yeah. So years ago, when I was like playing tournament paintball regular and stuff, I'm going to put that back on the way so I don't get distracted again. When I used to play tournament paintball regular, I guested for a Scottish team a few times, the clan, and I got relatively friendly with a few of them, and I want them to do a pump. Alistair, I totally agree. The only thing is, I don't think they would get the seals for it. I think the best bet might be if they did like if they start doing Eclipse cockers again. I think that would be our best bet to get a genuine Eclipse pump, because if they were to do something like, say, the Resurrection, then I think there's more chance of we're getting a pump compatible marker out of that than a genuine Eclipse pump. Unfortunately, I just think that's the only way that's going to happen. I don't think. I think us pump players, we're not exactly. I think we're a bit of a dying breed. There's. I think before Magfed, we would have had more of a chance. But I think with the rise of Magfed, I think a lot of the players that would have previously gone over to pump for the slow rate of fire, I think we've definitely lost them to. I think we've definitely lost those over to Magfed, and that's the Magfed players who aren't necessarily into Milsim, because that's an entire another topic on its own. So yeah. Anyway, so there was a few times I went and guested for a team called the Clan, and I absolutely loved playing with those guys. I would go back and play with them now if I had the time and I could. Yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, if I had the time and I had the money, I would love to, and if they were even playing themselves anymore. I think a couple of them might be playing here and there, but for the most part, I don't think they're really playing anymore. But I absolutely love playing with those guys. They were absolutely fantastic, cracking guys to get on with. I'd stand by them on a field any day. But I remember being told a story by one of the guys who lives not far from me, Parksy. Apparently he'd done the tech course, which I don't know if Eclipse still does the tech courses or not. But at the time, Eclipse used to do a tech course where you'd go down and they'd dump all of the components in front of you for to build whichever gun it was you were doing the tech course for. And then it was like, right, here's how we'll build it. And then you are an Eclipse tech. So Parksy, Sid from the clan had apparently gave Parksy, I think I'm getting the names right, and these guys, I might have it slightly wrong, but Sid from the clan had gave Parksy his ego to tech, and I think it was a Clan 7. Not seen a tech course offered for a long time. No, I haven't either. But then again, it's a bit of a shame to admit that I don't really pay that much attention anymore because I work that much. I just don't have the time. Anyway, so Parksy, apparently he's busy taking Sid's clan Ego 7 apart, stripping it right down, and in the Rama housing, Parksy said there was some like 3 half paintballs, like full, well, not full, but half paintballs inside the Rama housing. And he'd said, he obviously cleaned it all out, put it all back together, did whatever was needed to be done. But said like later on to Sid, how was it working? And, well, the velocity seemed to be dropping a bit, so I just turned the LPR up and it was fine. It's like, that's what Eclipse does. Eclipse, they've been around since like the very early days of, well, not the very, very early days of paintball, but they've been in the industry for like, since I was a child. That's arguable that I still am a child, but they've been around for that long. They know what they're doing, and that's why I've got every faith that the Eclipse Magfed marker will be fantastic. I think it'll just work. It's mainly only for shop tech now, as I know Andy BZ done one. Yeah, I can believe that, and it's a shame, but I wonder why they've done. Maybe they just weren't getting the numbers to make it viable. Because I suppose it's whoever has to go down and do the training and all that sort of stuff, and then you've got people online that will call themselves an Eclipse Tech, and it's the verifying that they are actually a tech and stuff, or that's people from like maybe's. I suppose if you've done a tech course for the Ego 6 and then you get an Ego whatever dropped in front of you now, it's not exactly the same, is it? So I suppose there's maybe a bit of that in it, but God knows. Be interesting to find out if anybody does know why they're not doing that. Yeah. So the other one, Wizbit before asked the question about the new hopper that's been released, and that's I do think it's an interesting one. And I'm interested to see more about how it works because apparently it's mechanical. In case either of you don't know that, it's apparently from what I've heard, the current belief is, because I haven't seen anything official about it other than a couple of photos, that it might potentially run on like a blowback system, so using part of the air that would come back up the feed tube to power it, maybe. Because I just can't see. Obviously, I can't see there being if there's no electronics in it, then it's not going to be linked up with Tawny guns through Bluetooth or anything like that. And there's no batteries in it, obviously, so there's nothing that would be in there to power it. So if it's not shake, rattle, and roll, then the only other thing I can think of is that it's going to be air powered, which was suggested by one of the other guys in my group chat the other day. So, but all in all, I mean, I think it looked a little bit fugly to me, but I think it might work. If it gets new players having fun, then it only works. This their gun mech. It only works if their gun is mech. Yeah, that makes sense. I suppose if it's mech, then there's going to be, in a lot of cases, more chances they blow back up the feed tube and stuff. So, well, although I suppose that's not totally true, is it? It could go either way. But I'm definitely interested to see. It's for the rental market. Yeah. I suppose if you've got a force feed, well, not. I don't know if it's force feed or if it's just agitated. Either way, it's going to mean that there's going to be more paint going into the feed neck easier. I mean, I think every player has at some point been using a shake and bake hopper and had to do the work because they're all clog. And if this does stop that, I mean, I think the closest competitor to that was the Primo. The Primo was supposed to be able to feed something like about 11 balls a second. So if it can outperform the Primo, and it's not much more than the Primo, then I think that could be a game changer for the rental market, even for players that just want to shoot a bit less and don't want to pay a fortune. If it helps keep a constant feed going, and it's also probably going to mean that rentals will spend a bit more money on field. You know, if they're firing and the paint isn't bunging up, they'll be putting more shots down range, hopefully, and ultimately it might mean a bit more money coming into the scene, which hopefully can then be reinvested in better ways. The only other thing I would worry about with that, if this hopper is for the rental market, and it's causing rental players to spend more money. Now, we all know rental players are spending more money right from the get-go. I mean, what's the average now? I mean, it's been a long time since I've been a rental, but I think on the lower end, maybe it's £8 for 100 balls. It works with Planet Eclipse guns. They're a small pin in the feed neck which move and agitates a moving plate on the side of the hopper. Oh, nice one. Yeah. Yeah, that could work. That so it's agitation. It's not like gas blowback. Yeah, yeah, if it works, But I was saying, I do worry that if it's advertised, if it's being pushed for the rental market, and it causes rental players to spend more money, could that also negatively affect it? Negatively affect paintball sales? Because if you've got a rental customer who would have previously gone and spent, let's just round it to a tenner for 100 balls, and they're dropping, let's just say, no site, no entry included, but they get 500 balls. That's straight off 50 quid. Now, I think I used to recommend when we had rental customers that about 500 balls, because you tended to find if they got anything less than 500 balls, then they were going back. Alright, cheers one, Alistair. Cheers one, nice one. Thanks very much, Ron. I used to when I was reffing rental games, I used to recommend like 500 paintballs, because any less than that, and you had people that were wanting to go back and buy more, and if kids got dropped off by their parents, you had kids that were sitting out games and stuff because they'd run out of paint too early, because they'd been a little bit too eager on the chrono range. Somehow you put a paintball gun in a kid's hands and they just have to empty the hopper. But hopefully it doesn't go the other way and cause, that 500 balls to become 1,000. Because quite frankly, I think if most people that go to like kids' birthday parties and stuff, they're not going to want to drop £100 per kid on buying paint for it. I mean, 50 quid's a push. And I think that's one of the things that Airsoft definitely has over paintball. And it cannot be argued, is that just for the ammunition, it's cheaper. And where we do have Airsoft on that is generally we pay less for events and things like that. And I work with an Airsofter who we've talked about this. Yeah, it's generally, you can buy cheap paintball guns and cheap airsoft guns. Either way, that both works out. But here's my dog. Hello. Yes, hello. What? Oh, yes. Oh, I think he's been asleep for a while, and then he's just realised that I'm still actually alive. Yeah. So yes. Anyway, right. So, what was I saying? We need to find a way that we can encourage more people in. We just. It seems like over the past few years. Now, I will admit, I haven't been as sort of vocal in the scene, or I haven't even paid that much attention to the scene myself. Not that I haven't paid attention. I just haven't been as active in the paintball scene over the past few years as I was previously. And I mean, I still love the game. I just haven't had the time. Now I'm hoping that that's going to change in the future. But it seems like paintball there isn't as many people playing. I want to put it nicely. There isn't as many people playing as there was even 5 years ago. I do think, for all he needed to go, there's those of you in the chat who know who I'm talking about. There was an event organised a few years ago. For all he missed all these events, and for all people complaining were flamed online, the events were for the most part good. I mean, as it got towards the end, things did go pear-shaped a bit. But before that, he put on brilliant events that got loads of people there. But it was the mis-selling. It was things like the mis-selling and the, just in some cases, flat out lying, and some of the shadiness of things that ruined it for him. But other than that, I mean, in my own personal dealings with the guy before we had problems, which I suppose is always the case with everyone, I always thought he seemed like he was an alright bloke. And then something happened. I can't even remember everything that happened. But I wish we could go back to the days of like 2010 where the oh, Whizbit, you're back. And I'm trying not to name names, but that is who I'm talking about. And as I said, he put on some cracking games, and there's no way that I can deny that. And I just hope that Paul from OMG, from District 23, Paul is doing a fantastic job, and he seems to be the one that, at the minute, that is pushing to bring some of those games back. Him, and there is a few other people working in the background. But I think there's a lot of work. Yeah, Paul's good. He's doing a cracking job, and it's a shame that more people aren't supporting him. And I honestly would say that if I had more time, I would love to go out and play some proper MagFed events. I'm not exactly a MagFed player myself. As everyone that knows us, I mostly play I mostly play stock class now. Or at least I mostly play pump anyway. But I'm a big fan of stock class, and I personally I think that there's nothing at all wrong, in my opinion, with me joining in with MagFed guys playing stock class. Now, I know there is some that will throw hissy fits about that, but that's just my opinion. In the way I see it, I've got nothing over the MagFed guys that they don't have over me. I don't have a force feed. I don't have a big air tank. I've got in me stick feed when I'm playing stock class, maybe 12 balls, so a little bit more than a TPX, or like one half of a 20 round damn mag. It's pump action, and I've got maybe 40 rounds in a 12 gram. So there was a guy who years ago complained that I wasn't allowed to join in a MagFed game because I had a lightweight Tawny pump. It's like, mate, a pistol outclasses my stock class marker. But it's getting onto another onto another matter. I mean, that is one, 10 round tubes versus a box mag, because it's MagFed. It's a funny one, but for the most part, I get on absolutely fine with a lot of the MagFed lads. I mean, I know a few of them from playing at District 23, because with it being CQB site, it is perfect for MagFed. But my dog's gonna fall over here because I'm tickling his ear. But but yeah, I get on absolutely fine with a load of those guys, and I think because I play pump, I'm not like raining paint on them or anything, and most of them are absolutely fine with me joining in. I think there's just a few that have this concept of anything that isn't MagFed is therefore gonna like hose paint at them. And I think, well, on one hand, I understand, but on the other hand, you picked your gear. If you're playing specifically a MagFed event or a Milsim event or something like that, whatever, then yeah, okay, somebody dumping paint on you is shit. But if you go to an open game, you can't complain about the equipment that you chose to buy, and you can complain about its performance, but it's not exactly right for to complain that like it's kind of like me turning up to a five-a-side football match wearing a pair of slippers and complaining that the other guys have got nice football boots on. I chose to do that. I bought that gear, so yeah. enough of the ragging on MagFed. That's as far as I'm going to rag on MagFed, because honestly, I don't have any problem with those guys. You know, they do what they want to do. It's like I said earlier on the video. If they're happy doing that, then I'm absolutely fine with that. I've said before, you got a Tony Pump in an advantage. I know. Actually, I don't even know if I don't really want to dig through that pile of gear. Hang on. Actually, hang on. Just hold on there. Watch out. If anything gets this stream like taken off, it'll be this. My lightweight Tony Pump. Yeah, it's like, it's such a threat. I can shoot my fingers. Oh man. Yes, I know. Would you like to be on the live stream? Would you? Go on. Oh yeah. See, look at that. No, he's not paying attention. Yes, he just wants us to tickle his ears all the time. Yeah, but yeah, it's just my lightweight Tony Pump can outclass everything. Can outclass a fully automatic box mag. Mate, in most cases, in the vast majority of cases, it's not the gun, it's the player. You can go out with like an old rental 98 custom, and you can own on a field. In fact, I'm sure it was years ago, there was a Tony player went out, and it was something like the NXL, or it might have been PSP or something like that, with a Smart Parts Vibe. You know, it was basically like the Ion was meant to be the entry level tournament gun at the time, which got ragged on itself, and then they brought out the Vibe, which was basically a mechanical Ion, no eyes, no nothing. It was effectively what a GOG enemy is now. And this guy apparently went out and owned with it. That's because he was a better player. You don't have to have the massive, like, really high-end Tawny guns. I don't even know what they're called. Ah. Right. Also, I've just got to click confirm that. A video of the Pals Hopper. Nice one. I'll have a look at that in a little while. And anyone else that's in the chat, feel free to click on Alistair's link and have a look on that. I will still be here when you come back. But I'll check that out later on, Alistair. In fact, I'm going to open it up in a new tab. Opening a new tab. And I hate YouTube adverts. But yeah, so stick that there for now, and I'll check it out later on. Thanks very much for the link, man. So where was I? I think I was tickling the dog's ears and talking about So I know I've called this low energy live stream, and I'm actually full of energy now. I'm getting all psyched up at the fact that I've got a camera pointing at us. So I'm not used to this. I'm not used to the fact that people are actually here responding with us. Normally, when I've got a camera in front of us, I really struggle. It's like a 10-minute video, not even a 10-minute video, like a 2-minute video where it's just me talking over us shooting on a tournament field, which like the rounds last like 30 seconds or something, and I can edit it for like three hours or something, and that's one of the reasons why my upload schedule is just like non-existent. I don't like uploading crap content, which, considering all my content's crap, is a little bit, But yeah. So, I'm losing my train of thought. If you fast forward to 7 minutes, 7 minutes. I thought it was an overview of the video. Oh, right. I've got a 1 minute and like 25-second long intro thing here. Right, 7 minutes in. What we got? I'll have a look at it now. Ooh. He's actually showing off the Eclipse MagFed gun, and that's when the PAL's on. That's when it's on. Yeah. See, I am really looking forward to seeing that Eclipse marker in person, because I think take the stock off it, get rid of the stock. Not a big fan of stocks in paintball, although it is a drop stock, so that might help, especially the drop stock. The drop stock combined with the yes, I know, like with the 14 CI air tank. That's going to be a very light setup. It's probably going to be no heavier than a normal air tank and marker. So, right, what we've got. Right, so I'm just gonna leave this guy talking in the background here until the next bit comes on. Yes. Right. It's kind of irritating that like he's talking away, and I'm talking away. Like obviously I can't hear him. I need to sort something out so that I can share what I'm watching on screen and things. I need to like look into doing the whole live streaming thing a bit more. I think I'm probably going to make the live streaming regular. I might kind of do like a midweek sort of recap of when I've been to games and just have a bit of a chat with people and things. So we can talk about all the shit that's going on within paintball. Good boy. I'm guessing at the minute he's just well, from the fact he's going like this and stuff, and I'm guessing that the guy is talking about what that the way the hopper works. But aha, a little bit more. Yep. Right. So it's got like that sort of plate in the middle. Right. Ah, right. So it must be something like goes through the feed neck. Wait, it is something that goes to the feed neck. You know what it is? So I'm guessing if it's going to the feed neck, it must be it must mean that the feed neck on these markers must be like an integral. Yes, it's integral, but it must be like an unmovable part of the marker for that piston for it to like be pushed back up through. I'm guessing the bolt must slide when it slides forward, well, backwards and forwards. The bolt must hit it and push it up and down. You know, feel free to correct. Yeah, yes. So I think that's my wife home. I'll probably get shouted at now. But yeah, so it's part of the. It slides back and forwards. When the ball there, lose my train of thought. Yes, yeah, you've got it. You're with us. You know what it is? I think that's actually a really good design. The only thing I worry about though is I have seen instances where like feed necks have been ripped off markers. I told her that I would be doing stuff online and told her to take her keys. Just took her keys. There we go. Yeah. So that's just totally thrown us. Anyway, yeah, I have that's completely and utterly thrown us. I lost my train of thought completely. Anyway, but yeah. So I was saying about it ripping feed necks off. There's a lot of play there to if that gets knocked. It's not going to be as simple as just like pressing a press fit feed neck back into something like a Sight Inferno. So I don't know what the crack will be with stuff like that, because I mean that's going to be a lot more complicated to replace. It's going to be more expensive to replace. I mean, Alistair, is the marker that's on? Because obviously I haven't listened to the video in like with audio on or anything. But is the marker that it's on? Is it like an Eclipse sight gun, or is it like a modified marker or something? Any idea? Because if it is a sight gun, that means that entire fleets of markers are going to have to be upgraded as well. But yeah, so what else? I've got visitors. Hello. It's alright. You can talk, you know. Like I've only got like 5 people in watching us, and I think I probably know all of them. Well, actually, no, I've only got 4 people in watching us because one of those people is me. Because I've got like it open in a second window. I can't. What? Right. So anyway, what else is it? So what else has there been lately? As far as I know, it works on the new MagFed and the mech they brought out a couple of days ago, a couple of months ago. So like was it the E mech or the G mech? Because there's been that many mechs now, I can't remember which one's which. But it would make sense that it would work on the new MagFed one. Because I mean, with that being the new release, then well, yeah, it sounds like it's gonna. It would make sense that that would actually work with it. Um, Especially if it's been like sort of tailored for that, and I could even see like more markers being fitted for that in the future. Being like a thing to carry on with. Going forward. So yeah. Um, but yeah. I do like the idea of that hopper though, the EMEC. Thing is, will the same stuff work on the GMEC? I wonder if the GMEC's got it as well. Because if it has, then that'll be even better. Right. There was something else I was going to talk about, and it's completely gone now. My wife coming in has completely sapped my brain there. I've no idea what I was going on about now. So, so as it was made for the rental market. The EMEC was made for the rental market. If the EMEC was made for the rental market, that seems pretty high end for like the rental market. I mean, it's I hope and like I was saying earlier on, I know Eclipse guns are designed to hold up really well, but really for the rental market, I mean, rental guns take a hell of a punishment for something to hold up to that. I mean, you see like some of the core samples taken by the rental players when they go over on things. I mean, it's mech, so you're not going to worry with batteries or anything. But other than that, that's well, it's Eclipse, so it's going to work, I suppose. And if it doesn't, then they'll change it. They'll rectify it. That's not going to be an issue, I suppose. Yeah. Comment on my photo. Got a Facebook notification. Aha. Aha. What was that? I hate it when you write a comment on Facebook and then it doesn't actually, you haven't clicked on it or you haven't posted it or something. Yeah, the amount of things where like I write something out on Facebook and then like retract it because I'm talking shit. I just can't be bothered with the drama. And yeah, so are you at District 23 this weekend, Alistair? So, B-side had a couple for nearly a year before release. We were told to let the punters do the worst. Shame, mate. I mean, would have been nice to see, man, but I understand. Everyone's busy. I wasn't even planning on going this weekend, and then I just decided to chuck the holidays in and then go. But yeah. So how the hold up? And BZ haven't given given a few to rental customers. It's going to have gone one way or another, and I'm guessing too close to Christmas. So yeah, I understand that, mate. But giving a couple to rental customers, I mean, the fact that they're still going ahead with the release implies to me that that they must have survived. Because if they weren't, I know, obviously I don't know the guys from Eclipse, but I know that they like to make sure things are right, and if something does go out and it's wrong, they get it corrected. Hmm. Whereas, like I was gonna say, whereas some other companies don't. Some don't, some do, but I can't say that I'm. Well, I don't want to get into the politics of other companies because at the minute I just don't know. I've been that I don't want to say uninvested, but I haven't paid enough attention for a while, so I don't know what companies are ripping people off and which ones aren't. I know which companies historically people had problems with, but that was historically, and I don't really want to carry that on. But I don't want it also to sound like I'm being this. I don't get paid by Eclipse to praise their products. I just happen to like Eclipse products. Like I was saying earlier on, their products they've been in the business for so long. They know what they're doing, and it's cracking gear. But I don't know. Possibly die. There's other people that have been in the industry for the same sort of length of time and are still working in the industry or whatever. Was told it's main for US market, but yeah, replacement for the 98. Saying replacement for the 98. I don't know. The 98's already got it down an established brand. You know, you can take parts off an old 98 and put them on a new 98. It's a bit like the AK-47 of the paintball world. Those things just work. You hear about people like finding them where they've been buried on a paintball site for a year on the leaves and shit over winter, and they work. If you can run the new EMEC underwater or put dunk it underwater and pick it up and carry on shooting it, then I think it'll replace the 98 eventually. But I think that Tippmann would have to stop making the 98 for that to be the case, because otherwise those things are machines that just keep going and going and going. And I actually got one off Chan a little while ago, and I have every intention of taking it out and playing a game with it and just seeing, does the marker make the man or does the man make the marker? I don't know if that came out right, but I think you probably get the idea. I just want to take it out and have a bit of a play with it. And the ultimate goal is that I actually I want to go down the heathen route, and I want to buy, I think it's the Storm body kit or something, and I want to turn the 98 into a proper mag-fed marker, so that should the need ever arise, because it's just something I can dump in my kit bag, but should the need ever arise, I will actually have a mag-fed marker to go out and play with, and that no one can complain about that, because if I'm playing pump and I complain about just playing pump, and I take a mag-fed marker out and I'm still playing the same, nobody can complain then. Or if you play more aggressively with a semi-automatic from a pump, then we'll just have to see what happens. But that's all dependent on if I actually ever get the time to go out and do what I want to do. It's just. But yeah, that's the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to play more next year. I just want to get out and I want to shoot more people. As much as that probably puts us on a watch list, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I just want to go out and shoot more people and then shake their hands and have a pint with them afterwards. So, at the minute, I'm not too sure what I'll be playing next year, but hopefully, you'll see us on more fields next year because I need it. I have too much build up inside of us that needs to be released, and there's only so much that well, I haven't got any releases. So, yeah. I don't know why, but every time I get a notification on Facebook, it pops up with the previous chat messages, and I keep thinking someone's talking to us. Right. Oh, it's a reply to a comment. Oh. Oh, it's just responses. So I don't have to talk to them. When I stopped paying attention to this one for a couple of seconds when I'm looking at something like that and I miss comments. It's not like I'm like someone that's got like thousands of subscribers or something. Comments are flashing up constantly. Why is it only showing up for a couple of seconds? I'm so new to this. Get yourself to the 10 men. They are holding the same weekend as Paintfest. 10 man, sorry. At the minute, I'm really not sure what the crack is, what I'm going to be doing. I might not. I don't know. I generally just tag along with the rest of the lads from Nest, and just go to whatever games they want to go to, and then if there happens to be something else that I'm not that I haven't been planning on doing, sometimes I'll just go to things by myself. But with the fact that the reason why I haven't played as many games as I would have liked to, and I keep telling people this, and some people forget, some people remember. But the reason why I haven't played as many games as I would like to is because for the past 3 years now, I've been working 7 days a week. So I work 2 jobs, and I work specifically work a part-time weekend job, which I only get 10 days holiday a year for. So because of that, it's kind of I've got to be very savvy on what I do with my holidays, and unfortunately that means quite often I've got to just I get no paintball, and instead I get to spend time with my family. That's just the choices that I have to make at the minute. But I'm hoping that that'll change in next year, and I'll be able to. I've been saying that for years now, but I'm hoping that that'll change next year, and I can actually get to more games. So I might. Basically, what I'm saying is I might not. But if I do, then the only thing is it's finding 10 players for to get in for a 10-man event. Put a mixed team in BZ, the Wild Geese pulled together, and the team Bog Off. Yeah. And some of that could work. I mean, that's the one that will generally work. Is it like mech, or is it electro, Tony, or what's the crack? I mean, I'm assuming that it's just anything goes, as long as you've got a cap on there or something. The fact that it's on the same weekend as Paintfest though is a bit of a downer. So it's mech, because Paintfest they seem as if they've well, I read something the other day where, and I'm not going to say it's my advice, it's something that I've suggested previously, but I don't think it's come from me, where Paintfest have apparently decided to move a big game to, it's held at Paintfest. Well, nice one. I might even be mixing a couple of things up here then, because I saw something about the idea that they're moving is the big game or to the Saturday, or is it? I don't know. But I mean, even if they haven't, I've suggested for a while now that the Paintfest big game should be on the Saturday, and then the smaller games on the Sunday. Because if it's a festival and everyone's getting shit faced on the Saturday night, play the Saturday, play the big game, and then party. All right, yes, it might mean that there isn't as many people that play on Sunday, but I mean that's the big games on Saturday, right? Well, you see, that's exactly it. To me, that seems like it's going to be a fantastic idea. Get down, you play the big game on the Saturday, you have a good smash, you get monged with your mates on the Saturday night. People are going to want to, because they've been out all day. They're dehydrated because they've been running around, been having a laugh. People go out, get smashed, wake up the next morning, and even if you don't go out and play, you've still got a day of trade stands. You've got a day of if they set the tournament field up for the Sunday, you've got a day of playing on the tournament field. There's probably going to be a few games outside on the game zones on the Sunday, like the MagFed games and pump games and things like that, depending on how they run things. To me, running the big game on Saturday and then running all of the smaller stuff on the Sunday just makes so much more sense. A 10-man tourney on Sunday, some big names playing. Cool. When you say big names, do you mean big names as in players, or big names as in teams, or both? Because either way, I mean, this is what I want to see. I want to see games putting things back on. People actually getting back out there and playing again. I want to see paintball grow again. That's it. Make paintball grow again. I wonder if I can get some little red caps made up. But for so long, paintball seemed like it was on this massive rise. Joy Division are playing at Paintfest. Sweet. Oh. And hang on. So Joy Division are playing at Painfest, playing the 10-man. Is this the same event that you want me to play along? You want me to play on a field with Joy Division? Oh man. As much as on one hand, that would be awesome, getting to play with Joy Division. play against Joy Division, not with Joy Division, against Joy Division. On the other hand, fucking hell. That sounds like something out of a well, to me, that sounds like something that it isn't going to end well for me. What's the overshooting rules? Something like 10 shots per player for a second or something. 10 man, 100 shots. Oh, that. Oh man, sounds fun. To be fair, I've never been that fussed about being hit. It's just when I get like hit unnecessarily that I start getting a little bit annoyed. But yeah, that does. In all honesty, it does sound like it would be really good fun. The fact of getting to play again, have a go again, playing against Joy Division could be brilliant. 10-man old school, any marker, 5 balls per second if it's electro. I can understand that, but what's the rules on mech limit? Because we all know, and I mean, yes, they're rare now, but there's some mechs out there that can rip. I mean, you've got like Tipman RTs and maybe it's not full auto, but some auto mags. Like I think it was I'm sure it was like if you put 10,000 psi through. Is it 10,000? Not 10,000. Fucking hell, not 10,000. Oh no. Oh dear. I swore on YouTube. Black mark against my YouTube channel. I'm sure it was like something like 900 or 1,000 psi through an X mag, and they would go RT. That's the thing I'll start. I mean, chances are, if I was going to play, I'm going to be playing pump. It's what I do. I've kind of always wanted to play pump on a real tourney field, and it's something that I've never actually getting to do. I played pistol on a tourney field with I think it was a PCS pistol, and I don't know, it was like some cheap pistol. I'm sure I paid like 25 quid for it, and it was fun. It didn't have very good velocity, and I did shoot one person, and it bounced off him. But I don't think I've ever actually played pump on a proper tourney field. But yes, would definitely have to do that. But which one? And do I go for a Pico? Or do I go for something bigger? Or do I just go for a little like Winchester 50 round shake and bake? Woods ball tourney. You had us all excited there, thinking it was going to be like a sub-air field. 10-man sub-air. Now I'm disappointed. And I still want to do it. You know what? I might have to do that. Yeah. It'll all depend really on what the lads from Nest want to do though, because frankly I'm just a little sheep and I just want to go along with them and have a nice easy life. Hopefully, I think the current plan is that we're going to do North versus South, and going to do the speed weekend. I think the plan is to do that one, because I know you know Alston. I'm not exactly sure who else is here now. But the speed weekend, I know I featured it quite heavily on my channel. Fantastic weekend, fantastic game, absolutely amazing facilities on site. I can't praise that game any more than I already have, really. But that's another one that I want to get back to next year, and I'm expecting to see you there as well, Alston. But hope that should be a good game. The only thing is, I know I'm terrible at booking up for events in advance. But I would like to see the event organizer slowly start increasing the ticket sales. I think we could maybe do with more players getting to that event. Reaper's General. Reaper's General at Painfest. Is that Reaper's General at Painfest? Speed. Reaper's General at Speed. Nice one. That should get some good coverage for it. No, like every now and then I message Wolf on Facebook, and I'll have a very brief conversations with him. I'm not saying like we're friends or all that. He's just somebody that every now and then I message, and I've done the same with with the Hidden Hedgehog and Artwood. Every now and then I message a couple of them, and I'll like give my opinions on things. So I mean, Artwood's one that I like talking to him a lot because he seems to be like a genuinely nice guy, and I don't know what it is. I just feel like I can actually have a bit of a conversation with him, and we'll have like a bit of a backwards and forwards sometimes. Again, I wouldn't say we're friends or that. It's just somebody that like every now and then I talk to. And if you don't watch the videos, the three of them, Wolf, the Hedgehog, even Barker as well, obviously, and Artwood. Go check out the videos, give them a watch because they're all fantastic guys and they're all pushing paintball in their own ways and stuff and getting people out there and getting people to watch, which then gets people out in fields and stuff. But anyway, drifting off. I think Reaper is probably one of the only ones the Wolf trying to get him over here. I know I've been hoping that Wolf would come over here for years now. I think it's probably about like it must be like 8 years since the first time I was like on one of his comment sections. Wolf, are you coming over to the UK? And years ago, he used to get stuff like, "Oh yeah, I'll come over at some point. Or I'll look into what I can do next year." And it's like I just haven't seen any of that for a while. It's like I don't know if he's just gave up on coming over. But and actually, talking to YouTubers now, I haven't seen anything from Alabaster Slim for a while. Oh, and Nightmare PB, he's a good one for look up on YouTube as well. All seem to be cracking guys. But yeah, definitely, if you've got nothing else better to do, go and give those guys a check out, give them a like, and see what the crack is. But anyway, so I was talking about Reaper. Reaper, I think, is one of the only ones that I haven't really had. I haven't really had any contact with Slim, I suppose, and I've commented on a few of Nightmare's videos a few times, and that's about it with him. But Reaper, I think he's actually on my friends list on Facebook, and other than like, I think he well, obviously he does it for everyone where he posts like a birthday message on your wall every year. But I don't think I've ever had any real like contact with him, which in a community as small as ours it's a strange one. Anyway, but Paul Banks is trying to get Reaper over here for next year to a lot of the UK games. Good, so I think that'll really help encourage more people in, because Reaper does have a very big online presence, and he's not really a YouTube. Well, in fact, he's not a YouTuber. He's I think Reaper's more of like he's a personality. He's like a journalist. He covers games more than shows. I don't think that's even the right way to put it. He kind of, with Reaper, he shows the games. I'm struggling on how to put this across, but with Reaper, I would say he highlights games and he promotes games. Yeah, well, the fact that he's Tipman sponsored as well, and there's the connection with Paul, that'll really help. Reaper's the Tipman Pro staff guy. Yes, that's Reaper. It's Dave. I think, is it Dave? I hope I'm just getting that wrong. So I'll just... Yes, David. He's I mean, from everything I've seen, Reaper seems like he's a really nice guy. It's then stuff like the fact that he sends everyone a birthday message. He seems to send everyone a birthday message every year when it's their birthday if you're on his friends list. Things like that. It's like a nice touch, that he's actually paying attention to the people that are following him, that like subscribe him and stuff like that. Just realised got like a proper Tintin sort of thing going on here. What's the deal with that? I should really wear a hat. But yeah, I mean, Reaper seems like he's a really nice guy, and again, he's another one that's doing a lot for paintball. You know, he has podcasts and stuff. He does call-ins and things like that, and he seems like he's another one who's really trying to push we forward, and that's what we need. We need more people, ex-Israeli forces. Yeah, I'm sure he had. I did see something. I think it was on one of his feeds. I think it was on Facebook or something. He had some relative of his over recently who was actually still currently serving in the Israeli Defense Force. But he seems like he's a bit of an eccentric character, and I absolutely love that. And I think we need more of that. And it's one of the reasons why, you know, like Artwood, if you're still here, it's one of the reasons that I was drawn to you when you're making, like, especially when you're making your early content. The fact that, you know, like like the fact that the 3D, oh not three, the third person camera mount and stuff, like having that on, which it's a bit of a shame that you don't have that anymore. But I understand, you know, it probably affected your gameplay a lot because it's having to consider an extra thing that's sticking around you, and also the fact of, I think it broke eventually, didn't it? And the idea of remaking another one. But that's not to say that I don't really enjoy your content still. Um, but like, you know, the stuff like the fact that your kind of predatory type your predatory type mask. The three of them broke. Yeah, right. So I can only remember seeing you posting about one of them, but I knew you had broke one, and I can imagine they probably aren't cheap to build either. Um, but I've never seen footage of you in. Still want to make another one, mind. I don't blame you, mate. I think that footage was brilliant, and I'm sure you were one. You had to be the first paintballer who was doing that as well. You had to be the first one that was doing like third person type stuff, and it was brilliant. The fact that like I think you're definitely the first paintballer that I saw that kind of did like a HUD system with the third person stuff and things like that. And I've always really enjoyed your videos. Um, and I do think it is a real shame that you don't have more people following you, more people subscribe to you than you have, because you deserve more viewers. That's my rear candle from down the keel tied to my mole. um, yeah, but like yeah, I'm kind of brown nosing a bit, but yeah, I really always have enjoyed your content, and you do deserve it. That's true. That's true. The fact, you know, like you do seem to have like recurring. I'm excluding myself from all this sort of stuff, but you do have. Cheers. But you do have a regular viewer base. It's not like just people dropping in because you're in like a recommended feed or something like that. But that's it. I just. I think you saw the posts I did in UK paintball a little while ago, and it's, you know, the idea of why can't we get more. And I don't exclude myself. I'm not including myself in it because such a small fry on YouTube. Nobody cares about my opinion on anything like this sort of stuff. Then that's absolutely fine. I just shit post online. But why is it that I can't seem to find when I don't think there is a paintball YouTuber who's got more than 200,000 subs. And it's, I mean, you look at Airsoft, and I know Airsoft does have like high levels of milsim and stuff, but Airsoft can very very easily get like quite high number channels. Why can't we do that with paintball? I mean, I know there isn't a huge amount of paintball players in the UK, and I suppose that's relatively the same worldwide. But surely you would think would be able to, like, somebody would be able to break that 200k mark. And I think the Hidden Hedgehog stands a very good chance of doing that because his content, it's, I think it's quite ambiguous in the way that it isn't blatant paintball. It's not full on hopper in your face, you know, raining paint down range or anything like that. the way the Hidden Hedgehog does his videos is very, very good in that he a lot of his videos, and it's obviously it's not like trade secret or anything. I'm trying to think how to put it. A lot of the Hidden Hedgehog's videos are choreographed. Is that the right word? You know, like they are. He'll go out in between games, or you'll go out after games, or what things like that, and you'll film scenes to make it more of like a film than it is just raw gameplay. And I think that in itself, that gets people in. Talking Airsoft, as they literally see it as only birthday parties and stag do's, yeah? Type in paintball into YouTube and all you get is tournament. Type airsoft stuff in, you get sniping. Yes, exactly. And that's another reason why I think the Hidden Hedgehog is getting as many views as he is, and like as many people watching his stuff, is because he's hitting that sniper market where it's so many people want to be this sniper. The sniper is like a mythical creature where that's what everyone wants to be. You look at paintball, you look at airsoft, everyone wants to be a sniper. And say when I first started, I was looking at and I mean I'm talking going back 2006, 2007 when I was first looking at buying your own gear. And I was like looking at the Rap 4 mag fed gear that they had at the time, and I wanted a full on sniper build and stuff. And I thought that was the future. And obviously it kind of has become that. But at the time it was very limited, and I didn't know that at first, and I came very close to buying that gear, which I probably would have regretted. There was some bloke in Mayhem shouting over there, Hungry Hippo. You just reminded me of some bloke at Mayhem shouting, he over there, the Hungry Hippo. No, I mean Sonic the Hedgehog. I pissed myself. I walked over to you, mate. I mean the Hidden Hedgehog. You see, that's another game that I've got to get to is Mayhem. But yeah, so I was saying the sort of the the sniper role is what everyone wants to be. And of course, when people type in paintball sniper on YouTube, I think the Hidden Hedgehog's probably the first guy that comes up. In fact, I'm actually going to... One sec, I'm just trying to look over my massive pot here. Right, paintball sniper. Yep, first result, Hidden Hedgehog. No, I've never played Mayhem, mate. Yeah, Hidden Hedgehog, 200,000 views. For one, I would like to think that there's probably, in fact, he's actually the first channel that comes up when just in the channels thing is the Hidden Hedgehog. That is fantastic. That means, you'll have kids that are looking. They'll go from being on the Minecraft videos of Minecraft paintball, because you type paintball into YouTube. True. That's true, Artwood. But I would, if the Hidden Hedgehog doesn't come up pretty much first, I will be very surprised. And I'll open up Internet Explorer instead. Amazing sight, I'd say better than NPF. John's NPF? NPF's Paintfest, isn't it? Yeah. Right. See, Mayhem is one that I've got to get to. And I think there was actually talk about us going there next year. But again, it's time, who's going, things like that. Alright, right, I'm just opening up YouTube and Internet Explorer, because I don't know, I'm not tech savvy, so hopefully I shouldn't get too much in the way of recommended from Internet Explorer. Oh, what's happening here, man? Yes, next. Before I continue, yes. No thanks. I never used Internet Explorer, so now it's like trying to bombard us with stuff and please, 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 like, use me. Oh, man. Right. Right. Oh dear. No. I better. Yeah, actually, I would. Even on Internet Explorer. Now, granted, there may be some tracking cookies on or something like that that's letting people know, or letting YouTube know. But I'm still getting when I'm searching paintball sniper. The first thing that comes up is the Hidden Hedgehog. So that to me is absolutely fantastic. That means, like I was saying, when you've got kids coming on, and I'll just quick send a message. Yeah, so when you've got kids going on and they're going from their little Minecraft paintball videos, and they go, "Oh, paintball," and type in sniper, paintball sniper, and they get the hidden hedgehog up. That is fantastic. Because if that's the first person that they see when they search for paintball stuff, I'm happy with that. I'll accept that. Because I'll frankly admit, I had to try to see if I can grab a sniper. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I am utterly jealous of Ash for what he's managing to do. The idea that he can hit that many people and draw that sort of attention is absolutely fantastic, and I cannot begrudge the guy for doing what he's doing, because, like I said, in the way he puts stuff across, he's not sweary, he's not nasty. You know, he's very he's good. He's good with the camera. I mean, the guy, he must have some training in, like, in there for like making videos and stuff. Well, he must have like proper training in it, and he certainly knows how to work Photoshop. And the guy he's very good. And it's like people like him, like Alabaster Slim, like yourself, Artwood. I think if we can get people like you to be seen first thing, photography trainer, I believe, I've got every faith in that. Um, if we can get people like yous to be the first people that people see when they see paintball, when they search online. I'm just going to turn that light off. If we can get people like yous to be seen, I think we can stand a chance of getting more people back into paintball, or more people into paintball. But we also need to educate people on where to play, how to play, all those sorts of things. Because I want, as much as rental customers keep rental sites alive, and I don't want to also take that away from rental sites. And this is why I'm trying to bring things to being talked about, but I don't know how to correct them. But if we're going to get some of these things addressed, if we can, like, point some of these things out, maybe people can get together and say, right, okay, well, here's how we're going to solve these things. And it's the idea that, how can we, in one hand, direct people away that who are going to be paintball players, how we want to direct those people away to playing with us and becoming paintball players, to also keeping the people that are just going to keep it as a rental day and keep it as a birthday party or a stag do. How can we keep those people over here and the real players over here? And yes, of course, there can be crossover, but we need to bring more players into being players. The one at Mayhem Recon, if you can name all the marker he got in the room, he'll give you 100 quid. I'll take that challenge. Reckon if you can name all the marker, yeah. Yeah, I would take that challenge, like. I mean, I might make it, I might not. But I think I've got a fairly good knowledge of markers. The problem is, it's like, some of the old ones, if they're full on, like some of the Nelson clone pumps, some of those could be very awkward, because you've got stuff like tracers, razorbacks. Damn, I'm straight away. I'm stumped. What was it? The razorback, Teso, Spartan. I mean, I used to have like 2 Teso Spartans that I got from an auction for like 20 quid, along with 4 brass eagle blades and a whole shitload of mini cheese wedge hoppers, and I sold it all for now, basically. In fact, the going off on a tangent, which is what I do all the time. When one of the Teso Spartans I had, and I would love to see if I could track it down, but I know I won't. It had a custom milled dropout knob on the dropout changer on the back of the marker. Danger Man Paintball has 38,000 subs, and he does loads of videos on how to play. Yes, Danger Man's good, and there's people rip his videos off and try and re-upload them. If you check out Matt Boy, he does funny videos, but his channel is growing insanely fast. Interesting looking at his stats. Right, I'll have to look him up, because I've never heard of him. Yeah, grown. No, I've never heard of Matt Boy. But Danger Man, yeah, he has got some good stuff. But I haven't actually watched any of his for a while. Well, you know, we've all got to make our money somehow, haven't we? Yeah, can't judge. Um, yeah, so, but yeah, you see, in fact, I'm pretty sure it's you know, talking of they trying to grow the sport a bit. I'm pretty sure it's OMG that have brought in this. Like, if you bring a mate along who's never played before, I think they get their entry for for free. It's something like that. And obviously, there's no paint included in that, and that's where site owners actually make their money. And I'm even rental sites, that's where they make a bit more money. But even just getting your getting your entry fee for free, especially considering the cost of the cost of going to some games. Sorry, I keep so yeah. The cost of going to some of these games now is getting like ridiculous, and it's not because site owners are trying to rip people off. It's because they're trying to make money themselves. Because they there's you've got to think. I mean, we all know site owners. I mean, I think everyone that's in this chat at the minute, everyone in the chat section here, we all know sites have overheads, which a lot of people just seem to forget about when it comes to talking about money. And bear in mind, I'm not paid by anybody. I don't work in the industry at all anymore. And the only industry work I did was rental customers. Uh, but it's like they have that overheads, and they've got to deal with that. And I think there's a lot of people seem to forget that that is the case. You know, I wish I worked in the industry. Yeah, damn right I do. But although I kind of also think, would that be a bit like the whole, you know, gynecologist sort of thing? If you're working with them all day, you don't want to come home and see one, do you? I suppose. Gonna have to love you and leave you, pal. Sun is awake. Shall we watch it all tomorrow to get my quotes and praise? Fair enough. Right, well, catch you later, man. Good luck with the Ben. To be honest, I think I'm probably gonna have to knock this on the head myself anyway. And it's been fun, and I'm gonna end this because it's, you know, 10 past 10 now, and I've kind of got to go to bed, and I've got things to do before I go to bed because I've got to get up for work early. So it's been fun, guys. I'm assuming that these are all guys. I'll see you later, Alistair. See you later, Artwood, and hopefully I'll maybe do this again next week. Catch you later. I'm still streaming. Apparently, it's not that easy to stop it. God.